I'm admiring the jumper because this is all the rage at the moment. These jumpers right here, you're starting off a trend. After this comes out, you're gonna see everyone in the panda jumper.
My nerdy panda jumper.
This is the trend that you're starting.
Yeah, I called my boyfriend a panda, but for kind of mean reasons, so I won't say that. But he's lovely. But yeah, so this is my.
And then you thought, oh, I called this to my boyfriend, so I'm gonna buy a panda jumper.
Yeah, a bit mushy, but yeah, I did.
Nice. You'll be surprised how many girls do it.
Yeah,
you'll be surprised.
I'm joining the club.
Okay, Juliana, let's give you an icebreaker question. I was gonna say to warm you up. Doesn't make no sense, but let's just take one anyway.
Oh, do I open it?
You can open it. I read it though.
Oh.
Okay. Dance, break, or bust your best move. It's more like a demand. Okay, bust. So it's asking you a question to bust your best move. If someone was like, "Show me your best move," what would you show us?
Wow. In here. I'm gonna have to do something with my neck.
Yeah, okay.
In this tiny frame. Yeah, I can move my neck actually, like this.
Oh, nice.
But then I can also move my ears.
Oh, that's a party trick. Look. Oh, can you see that?
Okay, that's enough.
Whoa, and the stylings of Juliana. This is what she does actually. She's the best ear mover in the whole of the UK. This is what. No.
That was an icebreaker though. Well done.
Thank you. Well, lovely Juliana, I've been watching your videos like vigilantly, like amazing. I don't know how to describe it. I guess it's best to you. How would you describe your music? Because I don't know, getting different flavours when I watch your music.
Yeah. Well, I think it depends because as all musicians do, we do covers.
Yes.
You know, we do function bands, we do jazz nights, and that's what kind of creates an income, relatively regular income. So that for me tends to be, well, when I'm not doing functions that are completely commercial, which are, you know, pop and disco,
right.
I'm a jazz singer, first and foremost. So an example of that is what you will see with Alex in the song that we're doing. But yeah, I do that very regularly. I'm a resident act at a couple of places. But my original music is very different from that. It is. And I only recently started to produce that. I have written, but I've never produced it before. And that, I would say, because I have been asked, and I kind of have to have a name for it, probably tribal pop.
Yes.
Because it definitely is pop.
And it has a tribal feel to it as well.
Very percussion heavy, very tribal, and that's what I would call it if I had to call it something.
So have you just recently started to bring out your own music? Is this something that is just still kind of really fresh in the air, would you say?
Yeah.
You've kind of got milestones. You've got one of your music videos out already?
Yes, I have. So that was the debut single and video. Hopefully there will be an EP in 2014. Obviously, I'm very, very picky about who I work with, the quality of what I produce, and you need a budget for all of these things. So, you know, all of those things have to come together for me to have my EP out in 2014. But yes, that was the first single that I got completely produced professionally. So Rick Ellsworth made all of the sounds that you hear on the track that are not my voice are made by Rick. And I had a lovely team. I had a lovely makeup artist, Imelda Ladebo, and the cinematographer director was Miles Sanko. It was fantastic,
Where did it all start? Where would you say your career started within the singing profession?
Singing-wise, I started in Lebanon, which is, both of my parents are Lebanese, and I lived most of my life there. And we started a funk jazz band when I was about 19 in university. But we became quite popular, and we toured a lot, and we carried on until I left, which was at 22. And I came here, and then I just went to every single jam night I could go to. I was going, Again, the guitarist Alex, who you'll see in the next video, runs the Hoxton Jam, which is insanely good and popular. And that's where I started, really.
It's a very popular scene, actually, the Hoxton Jam.
Yes.
Very popular.
Yeah. So I went there for about a year and a half every single week solid, and I just started working from there. You meet people and they offer you jobs, and
Would you say like half of the industry is kind of meeting people, connecting, networking? Would you say it's a huge part?
Yes, I mean, I couldn't have said it better than you. You know, yeah, absolutely. I don't think I ever would, because I've not been to music school or acting school, which are the two things that I do, and I never could have dreamt of getting paid singing, quality paid singing jobs in the UK if I hadn't diligently gone and networked and, you know, printed out business cards. And I sang for free for about a year, non-stop, but that's exactly what allowed me to make these contacts and start working and living off of it.
I'm like glad that you're here, because I think a lot of people don't know kind of the work that needs to go into, you know, becoming a professional singer. Especially, there's all different types of routes. You know, there's routes. There's, you know, you either competitions or you know, if you're one of those, you know, lucky enough to get signed straight off. I mean, but it's not that easy. Some people think you kind of just wake up and, you know, you can sign with like, you know, Sony or whatever, but it's a lot of hard work to kind of get where you need to go.
Yes, it really is. And I think if you know, and it really also depends on what kind of singing you want to do, because you can say, I want to do musical theatre. That's so clear. Right. I'm not saying it's easier, I'm saying it's just, you know, that I can go train at a musical theatre school, try to do a showcase, try to get an agent, and I will do musical singing. You can say, I want to do classical singing. Or you can say, I want to be a pop star and go after every record deal you possibly want to do. Right. So I think they're all really, really hard to crack into, and they all require a lot of commitment and a lot of networking. But particularly in the jazz scene, you have to do it on your own. Because you don't have big records for jazz singers. You know, they're not the commercial singers who are out there. There are a few, but yeah.
So what are you working on at the moment? Or what is the next step for Juliana?
I kind of want to say and I kind of don't want to say.
Don't have to give too much away. I know sometimes you just want to keep it to wrap.
Well, there is a musical on its way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I am going to keep that a surprise.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, I am. And my EP, I'm working very hard on it as well. But I think the biggest announcement I can make, which I'm definitely going to talk about now, listen to this. I've finally registered a company under my name, and I will be starting a theatre company and a function band in 2014. The function band I've already started. My musicians are lined up. We start rehearsals in March, and we've got our first gig in the beginning of April, so look out for that as well. The theatre company obviously is a much more long-term commitment, much more long-term, and it's taken, again, about 2 years of being in the professional acting industry to make the kind of contacts I need for me to be able to ring a director and say, I've got the script, etc. So, but those are insanely exciting. I can't believe I'm the director of my own company now, finally.
That's a huge achievement, that leaps and bounds to do. Is it something that you would be working on, like acting in, like producing plays and acting in it yourself, or do you think you're kind of going to be more behind the scenes?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, obviously, it's a very cheeky thing to do, but when you're an actor, and I'm going to say this the only way I know how to say it. I'm going to say it like it's in my head.
Okay.
You look at the industry and you think, there's not enough parts for people who look like me.
Right. Yeah.
I'm going to create those parts.
Yeah, definitely.
And I'm in an acting agency that specializes in Black and ethnic minority actors. So the surroundings that I have, the agents that I know, they're fantastic for supplying me with actors, writers, and directors from these circles. I wouldn't say I'm going to be making ethnic minority plays, but if I feel like, gosh, I want to play this part, why is nobody writing it? I know the people who can write it now, and I can produce it. So.
No, it's so important. I remember we had another interview with little Miss Jocelyn, and she was saying similar to what you were saying, that, you know, when it comes to parts for ethnic minorities, there's just not that much out there, and the only way it's going to get better if we ourselves kind of go out there and do something about it. And it's,
yes,
you know,
absolutely. And I think a lot of people are. That's really encouraging. And I also think, and I really want to say this, because a lot of people tell me, why didn't you go to the US? Because technically I was born there, so on paper, I am American. The colorblind casting that happens in the UK and the increase in cross-cultural casting is amazing. I have never been put in a box. I have played every single ethnicity. I've played American, I've played colorblind, I've played Arab, I've played Asian. Yeah. It's been fantastic in that sense. Yes, we want more, and yes, there are more ethnic people becoming actors, which is why the demand is increasing. Yeah. But yeah, I really think that London in particular is an exemplary place to create ethnic minority theatre and projects. Yeah.
So would you say like you feel like you want to stay here because you kind of want to contribute to the change that will maybe eventually happen in the UK?
Absolutely, absolutely. It's inspiring and it's encouraging at the same time. It's because it's already happening. You can feel it, that it's there, and that there's this passion. And I mean, theatre in London, you know, no matter what people say, there is no city to rival it. In terms of music and theatre, I think.
Well, thank you so much, Juliana.
Thank
it's
you,
been an absolute pleasure. Before we go, obviously, I warned you about our Love, Lick or Leave game. Let me remind you of the people. Out of these three, if you can love, lick or leave, it will be Jude Law, David Beckham, and Michael Bublé. Which one would you love, lick or leave?
This should have been the icebreaker. This is awkward. Right. I think, yes, as an actor, I'm going to have to love Jude Law. Right. Even though I am also a singer, but sorry, Michael, Jude is kind of up there. He's a fantastic actor. I really like both Bublé and David Beckham. I actually do like David Beckham.
You like David Beckham?
I think, at least in interviews, he seems really humble and stuff.
Yes.
But because I'm a singer, I'm gonna side with the bubbly Bublé.
Oh. So then that means David has to be left.
So I'll have to leave David, which means I have to lick Michael, which is a bit funny because he's got a bit of a hate game. He does. He admits it in interviews. Oh, yeah. To say that.
Thank you so much. And before you go, can you just give like information where people can find more about you, find your songs?
Absolutely. Yes, of course I can. That's what I'm here to do. No, I am online. I am everywhere. Twitter, I am Juliana Yaz. Facebook is / Juliana Yazbeck official. Actually, on Facebook is where you'll find links to everything. So my YouTube channel is also /user / Juliana Yazbeck. I've got my debut single out. Please feel free to follow me because I do sing quite a lot in London, so you'll see me.
Great. Thank you, Emma. Thank you so much. Thanks. It's such a pleasure.
And watch Urban Smash TV.
Woo!
Great.
Watch. Oh, yeah. Thank you, guys. We'll catch you very soon.
Oh, daddy's rich, and your mom, she's so good looking.